guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Santiago, an international artist living in Melbourne, and today's video I'm gonna talk about my recent trip to Korea, and for doing that I'm gonna introduce to you my girlfriend Yeojun. Okay, yeah, I think the one is perfect. So we visited Gyeongju's train station. Can you say something about that?
In Asia, there are 12 animals. Each animal might be a little bit different to each country. Japan has a little bit different animal, China has a little bit different animal. The base is same, but little bit different. For example, we have rabbit, but other country have cat instead of rabbit.
All right. After visiting the train station in Gyeongju, we moved to...
Sokuram.
What is Sokuram?
Sokuram is the statues of Buddha. It is built more than 1,000 years ago by one of the countries in Korea. And Gyeongju used to be the capital city of one of the countries, and the country was Buddhism country.
Yeah, so that Buddha is located in a temple which is like high in the mountains. So we had to take on a taxi and then walk like for about 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
20 to 30 minutes. It's located in the mountains, so the scenery is beautiful. We couldn't take pictures of that Buddha because it was forbidden, probably because it's too old, you know how the flash and everything work. What surprised me was that for me, as it is not part of my culture, I was expecting something more touristic, but when we got there we realized
it was real temple.
when we got there was a lot of people actually praying and taking things very seriously, so it was so nice to see that. And for the rest of the temples it was a similar experience. Of course there was a lot of tourism, but it's a religious place. Then we went to the other temple,
Bulguksa.
which is down the hill. What is that temple about?
The temple is also built as same as Bulguksa, but this way bigger, and both of them used to be destroyed because there were a lot of wars. When the country turns to Joseon, which is the latest dynasty, they changed their religion. They discriminated Buddhism. It was very hard to keep the temple and the religion, I guess. And after that,
Welcome
yeah.
to my daily life. So that temple is also like a complex of several buildings. That was one of the things that I really enjoyed about the temple. Because it's not just one building. It is a complex made out of several buildings. So there was even a museum. Do you remember?
Yeah,
we didn't visit
yeah.
to the museum because it was closed. I can't take it seriously if you're here, you know. It was so beautiful. Even I saw many statues that are like kind of recently added to the complex. So not everything is ancient. There are also several things that have been updated by the time. So that's also so nice. And then also in Gyeongju, we saw the tombs.
Yeah.
The tombs are massive hills. So you get into Gyeongju and in the middle of the city, you start watching hills all over the place, surrounded by nature and parks. While those hills are actual tombs, humans were buried there. Who was buried on those tombs?
Mostly the royalty, because it needs a lot of labor to build that big tomb.
People who built those tombs, it was like 1500 years ago.
Yeah.
What's the story of the crown?
The crown is very glam. The shape is like the horn of deer, and sometimes you can find some birds. Also, it is made of very, very thin layer of gold. There are two opinions. One is this is really used as crown, and this is only for funeral. Let's talk about each theory. The people who are thinking that the crown is really for royalties insist this is only for ceremony. So even though it's very big and very thin, which also can be shaking when the wind is blowing, they use a crown only for ceremony, not every single day. And the second theory is the crown is for funeral. You can see the shape of the crown. There is the deer or bird, which means kind of comforting the soul from northern nomad. And also they discovered the crown upside down with human body. So it means the crown was like mask covering the face.
Okay, so then we went to Busan.
Yeah.
Busan is fantastic. It has
Fantastic.
the perfect balance between cute and dodgy. We visited,
해동용궁산.
that means,
Let's see each letter.
okay,
해 means ocean or sea. 동 means the east. 용 means dragon. Gung means palace. Sa means temple. So it's like East Sea, Dragon Palace Temple.
Why are dragons so important for that temple? Is just among all Buddhist things, or is just specifically for that temple?
I think it's only for the temple. One of the monk who used to be there had a dream. One of the goddess from Buddhism ride a dragon and went to heaven, Buddhism heaven. So he named the temple like that. The temple insists that they were built 700 years ago, and the previous name is Bomunsa, and it was destroyed because of one of the wars in Korea, and they rebuilt it 400 years later. But some people are saying this temple is the newbie and it's built in 1970.
Controversial.
There are a lot of god or goddess in Buddhism. Dragon is one of the mythical animals, so it doesn't have a baby the shape like dragon as it is. They don't give a birth. Fish or another mythical animal put a lot of effort to become a dragon. So actually Buddha is not God, he's a human, is kind of saint. So everybody can be Buddha if you put a lot of effort, if you study a lot about this religion and everything.
Dragon like kind of synthesize this idea of putting effort in things to become better. Why is the temple painted with the same colors? All the temples we visited were like this: green, orange, pink, blue, white.
At the time, only palace and temple can use color for their building, and there are strict rules for the size of the building. But temple was out of the rule because the Buddha is saint, which is same as king, and also they want to show their power through the building's shape and the color.
I want to talk a bit more about the color theory. We found out there's a completely different color palette. In the normal color theory, normal for us, if you want to make orange, you have to take two primary colors, which is yellow and red, and you make the secondary color, which is orange, right? The primary colors in this palette are 5. The normal primary colors, normal for us: yellow, red, and blue, but also black and white. The way you create the secondary colors, if you want to make purple, which is a secondary color, in our color palette, you would use blue and red, but in this one you would use black and red. So it is a completely different way to create new colors, and that's what makes all the temples look in this unique way. After that, after being in Busan and eating a lot of fried chicken,
it was so good. It comes with a lot of minced garlic, and I love it. It was so strong. It has so strong garlic flavor. I miss it.
traveled back to Seoul, and in Seoul we visited
Changdeokgung.
Changdeokgung Palace. It's not the biggest palace, is it?
This palace is not the biggest palace in Korea. There are 5 palaces from the latest dynasty. The palace is just next to the biggest palace. The biggest palace used to be kind of home for royals, but they try to move the capital city to the northern part of Korea. When they try to be back to Seoul, they built this palace. All those palaces used to be destroyed except Changdeokgung. It's been survived from all the wars and the Japanese invasion. This is almost the only palace still have the traditional old way, same as when it was built.
And that was the first building in Korea to have electricity.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic. The lamps are so nice. I'm gonna show you.
The last emperor of Korea connect the electricity in the place. He's romantic. He misses his wife, who was the queen, a lot, so he always try to make a phone call even when she was dead.
We were wearing the traditional clothes.
We wore the traditional costume in Korea, which is called hanbok. It has very long history. The latest hanbok came from the Joseon dynasty. There are several types of hanbok, and we wore the noble hanbok. When it was added dynasty, the shape of hanbok is a little bit different.
Very comfortable, actually.
Everything is so
allows
big.
you to move freely. think that's all. So thank you guys for staying till the end of this video. I hope you enjoy us. Let me know in the comments if you like seeing this person next to me in here. I wish you can show off your art too. She's a very talented artist. Thank you guys for staying till the end. Please like, subscribe, and all of those things. So I have a surprise for you guys for the next video, which is an interview with another very talented artist from Korea. We've been planning and working so hard for this interview because it's the first interview of the channel. We're gonna discuss all of these topics related to art in Korea and how artists develop their creations in their daily life. So please subscribe to the channel so you can see when are we uploading that video, and see you in the next video.
Yeah.